What can be said about the A2A Piper Cub that hasn't also been said about a lot of other good things? The Piper Cub is a very famous aircraft, is a great trainer. You will learn how to fly with this airplane. It's known to be very unforgiving to people who don't handle her properly. Its design is the epitome of simplicity. Fancy avionics? Nope. Good old-fashioned pilotage and dead reckoning are the only way to fly this bird. The Cub has the bare minimum required by 91205, yet this airplane has stood the test of time more so than any other aircraft before it or since. It's so famous that Microsoft included a Cub by default in Flight Simulator X. So, you may be wondering, why should you buy what's already included with FSX? Well, let's see. AccuSim Physics. This airplane is by far one of the most realistic recreations of an aircraft ever made for a simulator. For taxiing to takeoff, maneuvers and landing, you can almost feel the vertigo. Even with a simple input control such as, well, I'm only using a single joystick.
Wow, what a beautiful landing.
It includes 3 models. In addition to the stock J3, you also have a float and tundra tire version available. Persistent aircraft. This means you have to take care of her. You treat your plane like your woman. You love her. You cherish her. Change the oil at the right time or you will have a bad time.
Hi.
Heidi is one of the coolest things I've seen in FSX. She is a reactive passenger, not the fake kind like you get with passenger add-ons for your airliners. She reacts in real time to your flying and to the environment. She will tell you if she is hot or cold and wants you to open the window, and you can even change her mood. She can be a nervous flyer or she's someone who's gone up with you before. And you may be wondering, yes, you can shut her up completely if you don't want to hear her moan. A feature that is sadly missing in real world people. She can even be helpful. She points out traffic to you.
Plane, 10 o'clock.
The sound is amazing. From moving the magnetos to pulling the primer knob, you can tell everything was recorded from the real aircraft, with HD recording hardware too. The sound really draws you into the simulation, even more than the physics do. Now, I need to be clear here. There's really only one thing in the bad category, and I had to scrape the bottom of the barrel to find it. And it's not even a real problem when the plane came out. It's only a problem now when you look at A2A's add-ons since the Cub. The interface for maintaining the aircraft is a bit ugly. It's not as clean or as good looking as their newer aircraft. You gotta start somewhere though. You can tell this was one of the first A2A planes to include a persistent aircraft and maintenance area. Now this next one here is not really a fault of the add-on, but if we don't talk about it here, we're not going to talk about it at all, and this is the best place to mention it. To be fair though, I'm not subtracting points for this because this is something that means they got the aircraft done correctly. And that is, this plane is slow. This is a slow bird. Seriously, you're not going anywhere fast. It climbs slow, it moves across the ground slow, but this in a way is one of its blessings. This aircraft is more about slowing down and remind you the fundamentals of flight, less about systems and avionics management. Just be warned, it is painfully slow. None available. Do you want to learn how to fly? No matter if you're new to flight simming or a hardcore jet jock with hundreds of hours of flying the most complex airplanes available, this plane will teach you to fly. You will be reminded of the fundamentals of flight. She is temperamental and will bite you if you're not careful, but by far she is one of the most rewarding planes to fly. Just get used to seeing the cars on the ground pass you by. Must have. I consider this add-on to be a must-have for everyone. Now, I don't give the must-have a label out lightly. A lot of my fellow flight sim reviewers and enthusiasts do. They'll toss must-have around like jelly beans, but I really am sincere about this. Most flight sim add-ons can be skipped because whether or not you should purchase an add-on or not comes down to what you want out of your sim. Someone who flies airliners exclusively would not benefit from having an F-15. However, this is the one add-on that I have really owned that I would say is definitely worth it to anyone flying in Flight Simulator, from the noobs to the people who've been here for a while. This airplane will teach you to fly. It has no fancy avionics to get lost in or distracted by, and it's slow enough that you can enjoy the scenery. At time of recording, the add-on is available for purchase from A2A's website and also on the DLC section of Flight Simulator X Steam Edition. And I would say it is the one bit of DLC on there that I would purchase off of sale. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.